Hello everyone, this video will walk you through course prep. We are going to begin by looking on the left-hand side of your course, and I will guide you through each of the tabs. The first tab is the Announcements tab. So when you're prepping your course, you want to add all of the required announcements. I will begin with the makeup policy. You would click on Create Announcements. Type in the subject. Copy the policy information and add a graphic. And to add a graphic, you would click on that little image where it says Insert Edit Image. Go through your personal images or use the images that are provided for you and add that image to your announcement. Okay, I have selected my image. I am clicking Insert. Okay. All right, my image shows up along with the announcement, and I click Submit. Okay, and when we have a late policy, you would add the late policy announcement as well. I have all of my announcements in a file, so it's really easy. All I do is copy the announcement, as you can see here. The next one is a Tutor and Writing Center announcement. Create a new announcement and add the graphic. Okay, and you would follow this same procedure for all of your announcements. An email was mailed out with all of the required announcements, but I will review them here as well. So all of the required announcements are as follows. Okay, the required announcements are the makeup policy announcement, the My Welcome video announcement. This is your personal welcome video welcoming the students to your class, and it is to be uploaded separate from your welcome announcement. The Tutoring and Writing Center announcement, academic misconduct announcement, price model application announcement, Facebook, tips for effective online learning, how to prepare your discussion posts, and your welcome to the week 1 of the course announcement, and any of your other personal announcements and tips for students. A file was emailed with all of the required announcements, so please review that file as well. Okay, so now I am adding my academic misconduct announcement. Okay, I just added the graphic for that, saving that, and I'm moving on to the next announcement on my list. And that is the price model application announcement. Again, I added the subject, the content, and now I will add the graphic. And the easiest approach for me is that I download all the graphics on my computer, and so they're already there, and I'm ready to move on to the next announcement. Okay, and that one is our Facebook page announcement. So alert students that we have a Facebook page. Submit, and moving on to the next one. And that one is the tips for effective online learning. Okay, I am adding my top tips graphic, and I will then submit and move on to the next announcement. Okay, that one is how to prepare your discussion posts. I will add the graphic. Okay, I'm going to submit, and then I am going to add my welcome to week 1 announcement. I am going to add my graphic. And now I am going to add my welcome video. And I always put please review so they know that this is a video. Oops, sorry. Okay, so I add my video here, and I prepared mine as a YouTube video so they can simply click and watch the video. In addition to that, I personally like to create a welcome to the course announcement, and it's a general overview of the entire course, and I think it's useful for students. Okay, so that is it for your announcement. So you can just simply review and make sure that you have all your announcements. And if you want to switch up the order, you can do that as well. Okay, and just make sure all your graphics are present. Okay, the next tab is the Faculty Info tab. So in this tab, you can simply click on Edit. Okay, once you click on Edit, you can tab down and add your information. I pretty much have my information in a separate file, so the only thing I change is the course ID. So this is BU220, Principles of Marketing. And then I insert all the other required information. Okay, so my information, like I said, is copied and pasted from a Word file. So I delete this. Okay, I insert my information. Pause. Okay, scroll down to make sure my information looks good. Submit. And review it. I have entered NA for photo because that is optional. And I'm done with that section. Moving on to the next section. Oh, before we move on to the next section, please be sure that your Ask live session is listed for your office hours. So make sure it's there, and all of your required information is there as well. I put the link to my welcome video in the Faculty Info tab as well. Okay, the next tab is a syllabus tab, and there is a separate video to guide you through your syllabus prep. So we're going to move on to the e-textbook tab. Okay, and you want to check to make sure that your textbook is ready for students. If it says invalid link, that's an indication that it is not ready, and you will have to click on Edit. You will have to enter the key. Okay, there is the key, and then you will also have to enter the secret. Click Submit, and then as you can see, it's no longer invalid. You can click on the link for the ebook, and it should take you then to the Herzing bookstore. And you know that your course is all set and ready to go for students in terms of the ebook link. Okay, the next tab is the Classroom tab. There's a few things that we need to do here. I normally start by entering the dates for each week. So you simply click on Edit, and I have my dates in a Word file, so I can just simply copy and paste in the dates. You put a semicolon in there if you wish, and you would do this for each week. And you make sure they are all set. Moving on to week 6. Going down to week 7. And again, it makes it easier if you have them already typed out in a Word file. Copy and paste. Okay, that was week 7. And finally, last but not least, is week 8. And just keep in mind that week 8 is our shortest week. It is only 2 days, so it is only Monday and Tuesday. Week 8 always ends on a Tuesday. Oops, I think I put that in the wrong spot. Hold on. Nope, that is the correct spot. I forgot week 8 looks a little bit different. And there you go. Okay, I have gone through and added all of my unit dates. The next thing I want to do is look in the units to see if there's any information I need to add. In this particular course, there is a sequence of activities, so I just want to make sure that there's some dates there, Wednesday, Sunday, and Sunday. So there are due dates listed there. If not, I would enter that information so that the students are aware of the due dates under sequence of activities. Okay, while I am in the unit, I can tab down, look at the lectures, make sure the files are opening properly. If for some reason they're not, I would post that information in my checklist. So just make sure the videos are popping up. Okay, that one is working fine. And you would do that for each unit in your class. And now I'm going to add my weekly Ask Dr. M live office hour session, and you need to do that for each of your units. Okay, the approach I take is build content. I click on that and I add an item, and then I type in live ask. And I actually put the dates in the subject line as well. So it's Wednesdays, 5 to 6 p.m. Central Time. Okay. In the text area, you want to add the details as to how the students can access your live sessions. I created a JPEG file, so it has all of the information. So I'm just going to add my JPEG file. There it is. I'm going to insert my file. And I'm going to submit. Okay, and then I'm going to look for it to make sure it is in the class, the unit. And as you can see, it's all the way at the bottom. So it needs to be pulled up to the top. So it's the first item that the students see when they enter the unit. So you want that to be your first item. So there it is moved to the top. Okay, so there it is. Now the next thing I want to do is get it to all of my other units. So I am going to click on the little arrow there. I'm going to click copy. And then I'm going to browse. I'm going to move it to week 2. Submit. I'm going to click copy again, and I'm going to move it to 3, and so on and so forth. So now it's been moved to each unit. Now I need to find it in each unit and make sure it's the first item. So I'm going to my classroom. I'm going to click on the last one that I just did, which was unit 3. Click on my unit 3. Scroll down and it should be there. Okay, it's always at the bottom, and so then I have to pull it all the way up to the top. Okay, and then you just have to ensure that you do that for each of the weeks. All right, so the next thing in my particular class, it says new shoe simulation, so I will get back to that later. It's just checking to make sure that that particular link is working, and I just click on the link, make sure it's working. Okay, it is working fine, and I'm moving on to the discussions. Okay. As it relates to the discussions, I make sure that there's 7 or 8, rather, there are 8 discussions, and I create a thread. So this is the week 1 discussion thread, week 1 thread, submit. Okay, and that is done for all of my discussions. In addition to that, I edit. It's probably already done in your course, so you may not even have to do that. And just make sure that the students cannot create their own threads. So the students moving forward are not going to be able to create their own threads. So I just want to make sure that's there. It is. And I move on to the next discussion. And we're doing this for each week. Okay, moving on to week 4. Week 5, submit. Okay. Week 6, week 7, and we have one more week left. Yay! So, okay, week 8. There it is. Okay, and then I can quickly check to make sure that there is one post for every week. So I know that I completed that task. Okay, there is one there. So we are all set with our discussions. Okay, next we want to look at the Grade Center. So you click on, you click on Grade Center, go to Full Grade Center, and you quickly want to look at the total column. I'm looking to make sure everything is there as well. There's my total column, and it has a check there. I see that there's 1,000 points. I'm good to go. We are not to touch the total column, but if there's any issues, we can alert IT and also mark that in your checklist. But yeah, it should say 1,000 points possible, and it should have a green check. So that is it for the Grade Center. Okay, even though we took a check or we looked at all of the units, we looked at the videos, you also want to look to see if there's any additional materials. Like I said, in this class, we have a simulation. Make sure all those links are working, student resources, if there's anything additional here for students, make sure all those links are working. If not, submit that to your checklist so we know that there's some broken links in your class. A final thing that I do is look in my classroom one more time, and I actually check the assignments. And I look in the assignment area And I like to have a number of attempts just in case a student has to resubmit. And I also check for plagiarism. So I want to make sure that that's checked in all of my assignments and allow the students to review it. Yes, they need to be able to review it. So those are the two things I check and then submit for all the assignments in my course. And I go back to the beginning of the course. And my course has now been prepped.